fog, 7 winters in the dark, a colonial poison burning slow, trying to steal the spark. Heavy metals in the skull, parasites deep inside the bone, the eyesight dimming down to black, standing completely alone. They wanted the
So this is about healing and recovery, navigating heavy metal toxicity in jewelry, custom paint artistry, or jewelry and custom paint artistry. Artistic creation is often a deeply spiritual and therapeutic process, yet the physical mediums we use can carry hidden systematic dangers. For those who work in jewelry polishing, metal fabrication, custom airbrushing, and vehicle customization, exposure to heavy metals and high toxic chemical compounds is an occupational reality. Over time, these toxins accumulate in the bones, tissues, and organs, leading to chronic illness, neurological symptoms, and an elevated risk of cancer. This document explores how heavy metals from jewelry polishing, compounds, and custom paints affect the human body, the biochemical pathways through which they induce carcinogenic or carcinogenesis, and a holistic, multifaceted approach to healing, physical extraction, and vibrational recovery. Part 1. The toxic palette of the jeweler and painter. In both jewelry making and custom automotive painting, beautiful results are often achieved using highly reactive, dense, and abrasive elements. Because these processes involve microabrasion, or polishing, and atomization through airbrushing or spray painting, the routes of exposure, inhalation, dermal absorption, and accidental ingestion are highly efficient. Number 1, jewelry polishing and metalwork. The primary hazard in jewelry polishing is the generation of respirable dust. When buffing, cutting, or polishing metals, both the metal itself and polishing compounds are aerosolized. Polishing compounds. Green rouge contains chromium oxide, which can be contaminated with or heat converted into more toxic forms. Other compounds may contain the triply, which is a crystalline silica, a severe pulmonary hazard, or alumina. Substrate metals. Polishing pewter, brass, golds, or silver alloys release fine particulates of lead, cadmium, nickel, copper, and zinc. Soldering and melting. Silver soldering often historically utilized cadmium to lower the melting point. Inhaling cadmium fumes during soldering or subsequent cleanup or polishing is one of the fastest routes to severe systemic toxicity. Number 2, custom automotive painting, airbrushing, and urethanes. Airbrushing and vehicle customizing require atomizing liquid paint into a fine mist, and this mist easily bypasses the upper respiratory tract's natural filtration systems. Heavy metal pigments, bright custom colors, especially yellows, orange, reds, and greens, have historically relied on heavy metal stabilizers and pigments including lead chromate, cadmium sulfoselenide, and cobalt compounds. Isocyanates in urethane paints and clear coats. While not heavy metals, the polyurethane hardeners used in custom clear coats contain highly reactive isocyanates. These compound respiratory distress damage the blood-air barrier in the lungs, and make the system far more vulnerable to systemic metal absorption. Solvents and carriers. Toluene, xylene, and methyl ethyl ketone, which is MEK, act as carriers that strip the skin's natural lipid barriers, drastically increasing the dermal absorption of any dissolved heavy metals. Part 2. How heavy metals cause cancer. Carcinogenesis. Heavy metals are classified as systemic toxins and in many cases, or toxicants, and in many cases, known human carcinogens, Class 1 by the International Agency for Research on Cancer. Unlike organic toxins, heavy metals cannot be broken down by the body into harmless metabolites. They remain in the system indefinitely unless actively cleared. The molecular mechanisms of heavy metal-induced cancer include 1. Generation of reactive oxygen species and oxidative stress. Most heavy metals, particularly iron, copper, chromium, and cadmium, undergo redox reactions within the cell. Through reactions similar to the Fenton reaction, they generate highly reactive hydroxyl radicals. And these reactive oxygen species overwhelm the cell's natural oxidant or antioxidant defenses, such as glutathione and superoxide dismutase. The resulting oxidative stress causes direct damage to lipids, proteins, and DNA. 2. Direct DNA damage and inhibition of DNA repair. Heavy metals damage DNA both directly and indirectly. DNA adducts and crosslinks. Hexavalent chromium, once inside the cell, is reduced to highly reactive intermediates that bind directly to DNA, creating stable DNA phosphate complexes and interstrand crosslinks. Disrupting repair machinery. Metals like lead, nickel, and cadmium bind to the active sites of crucial DNA repair proteins, such as mismatch repair and nucleotide excision repair systems. By displacing essential cofactors like zinc or magnesium, they render the cell's repair mechanisms inactive. Unrepaired DNA damage is then replicated, leading to mutations and oncogenesis. 3. Molecular mimicry and cellular disruption. Heavy metals are chemical imposters. Because of their size and charge, they mimic essential minerals. Lead mimics calcium, allowing it to cross the blood-brain barrier, disrupt neurological signaling, and deposit deep inside the bone matrix. Cadmium mimics zinc, binding to zinc finger proteins, which alters gene transcription and cell cycle regulation, forcing cells into a state of continuous, uncontrolled division. Part 3. A holistic protocol for healing and detoxification. If you've spent years in the jewelry studio or the spray booth, your body's toxic load may be high. More than likely. Healing requires a patient, systematic approach to the safely mobilize, bind, and excrete these metals without retoxifying your nervous system or kidneys. Disclaimer: heavy metal detoxification is a serious clinical process. Always consult with a qualified functional medicine physician or toxicologist before beginning intensive chelation therapy. Now, I went directly from my doctor's without his advice, and I went right to a naturopath doctor by the name of Dr. Yim in Nanaimo, British Columbia. He got me started on all these detoxing processes and substances, which I will speak of in the next part of this presentation. Phase 1, halt all exposure, the clean studio. The absolute first step in healing is stopping the influx of the toxins. Sometimes we have no choice. It stops us. Respiratory protection. Upgrade to a properly fitted half mask or full face respirator with P100 particulate and organic vapor cartridges. Source capture and ventilation. Install a high efficiency dust collector for your jewelry polishing lathe. Use a professional downdraft table or a certified spray booth. Hygiene and boundaries. Never eat, drink, or store food in your workplace. Keep dedicated studio clothes and wash them separately from all other clothing or any other material. Phase 2, supporting natural elimination pathways. Heavy metals are processed by the liver and excreted through the bile or feces, urine, and sweat. If these pathways are congested, mobilized metals will simply redistribute. 1. Intestinal health and binders. Modified citrus pectin, or MCP, a gentle binder that attaches to heavy metals in the bloodstream and gut without stripping essential minerals. Chlorella and activated charcoal. Take these before meals to bind metals in the GI tract. Number 2, upregulating glutathione and antioxidants. N-acetyl cysteine, or NAC, stimulates the body's own reproduction of glutathione. Liposomal glutathione is a highly bioavailable direct supplementation. 3. Mineral repletion. The out-competition strategy. Zinc and selenium out-compete cadmium and mercury. Calcium and magnesium keep bone storage sites saturated, preventing lead from depositing. Sweating and infrared saunas. That's number 4. Use infrared saunas to penetrate deep tissues. Shower immediately afterward to wash away excreted metals. Part 4, bioelectric, vibrational, and energetic therapies. In addition to biochemical pathways, the human body operates as an electromagnetic organism. Heavy metals disrupt the natural bioelectric field of our cells, lowering cellular voltage and congesting the pathways of energetic flow. Integrating bioelectric and sound-based vibrational therapies can provide rapid physical relief, accelerate detox, and help pull toxic stagnation out of the extremities. And I'm including this layout of the example of what I've just spoken to you, as far as the energetic extraction, clearing extremities and waste, and meridian stimulation. Number 1, ionic foot baths, local extraction, and meridian clearing. For artists who use their hands, arms, and feet continuously, stepping on foot pedals, holding heavy polishing tools, guided airbrushes, and standing for hours, or sitting for hours, the limbs become primary zones of toxic accumulation, poor microcirculation, and the energetic stagnation. The extraction experience using an ionic foot bath provides a rapid relief. Users frequently report a profound pulling sensation in their feet, ankles, hands, and forearms as heavy, congested energy is drawn out. This is often accompanied by the accumulation of a thick, dark, or black goo in the water. My first month, I had over 35 foot extractions that filled the water with all this black goo and other substances. It was scary, but relieving. The dual nature of the watercolor, the electrochemical reaction, scientifically the primary reason the water changes color, rusts, and creates a residue is the electrolysis of the metal array, usually made of iron, reacting with the salt water and the minerals in the tap water. The therapeutic and energetic action, despite the chemical origin of the water's color, the physiological and energetic benefits are real. The ionic array generates a localized electromagnetic field that stimulates the over 7,000 nerve endings and major acupuncture meridian entry points on the soles of the feet. This electrical stimulation encourages systematic lymphatic drainage, improves local microcirculation, and helps the body release physical and energetic tension that has accumulated in the limbs from years of fine motor jewelry work and painting, sanding of wood products and paint and clear coating. Number 2, pulsed electromagnetic field, PEMF therapy, charging the cellular batteries. Heavy metal toxicity damages the mitochondria and drains the electrical charge of individual cells. The voltage of health. Healthy cells maintain a transmembrane potential voltage of approximately 70 to 90 MV, or I think it's megavolts. When tissues are overloaded with heavy metals and oxidative stress, this voltage drops to 15, leaving the cells unable to effectively import nutrients or export metabolic waste. How PEMF helps? PEMF delivers low-frequency pulsating electromagnetic fields that pass completely through bones, muscles, and organs. It acts as a wireless charger for your cells, raising their transmembrane potential back to healthy levels. Increased voltage opens cellular membranes, allowing stored heavy metals to be kicked out into the extracellular fluid where binders like MCP or charcoal can grab them. It enhances the production of adenosine triphosphate, ATP, giving the body the energetic currency it needs to fuel the highly demanding biochemical process of detoxification. Acoustic drumming, number 3, the sacred vibrational pump. Detoxification is not just a chemical process. It is a mechanical and emotional one. The lymphatic system, which carries cellular waste and mobilized heavy metals away from the tissues, does not have a central pump like the heart. It relies entirely on physical movement and external pressure. The lymphatic acoustic pump. The deep, low-frequency pressure waves generated by acoustic drumming, I use a frame drum, physically vibrate the water and tissues in your body. This act of sonic resonance gently vibrates the lymphatic vessels, stimulating flow and clearing blockages in the axillary, underarm, and inguinal, groin, lymph nodes. This is especially helpful for custom painters and jewelers who suffer from stagnant lymph in their arms, hands, and shoulders. Autonomic nervous system regulation, or the vagal tone. VAGAL. True detoxification can only occur when the body is in a parasympathetic state, rest, digest, and repair. Constant exposure to heavy metals puts the nervous system into a chronic low-grade sympathetic fight or flight state, which shuts down the liver and kidney excretion. Drumming, especially repetitive, steady-state drumming, entrains brain waves into alpha and theta states. This activates the vagal nerve or the vagus nerve, lowering cortisol, opening up the detox organs, and helping release the emotional and somatic trauma often stored alongside physical toxins in the body's deep tissues. Conclusion: honoring the art and the artist. Art is a dialogue between the creator, the medium, and the audience. However, the physical body of the artist is the instrument through which this work is brought to life. Experiencing heavy metal toxicity can feel like a betrayal by the very art forms you love and that you chose to inflict on yourself if you're not careful and protective of your beautiful body and brain. Experiencing heavy metal toxicity can feel like a betrayal. By restructuring your workspace, utilizing modern personal protective equipment, and implementing systematic nutritional lifestyle and medical protocols to clear these accumulated toxins, you can heal. I am a living testimony of that. It's a lot of hard work. Integrating physical extraction therapies like ionic foot baths with vibrational medicines such as PEMF and drumming reconnects your physical body with its natural energetic blueprint. Protecting your vessel ensures that your creative journey remains a sustainable, life-giving pursuit for decades to come. And in closing, on a personal note, some of this research I did recently was mind-boggling, especially relating to our DNA. And that is something that all of you artists, craftsmen, or anybody working in industrial areas and businesses, even women that work in any type of shop where there's particulates of any kind being blasted into the atmosphere, your skin, your tear ducts, your lungs, every part of your body is a sponge and absorbs all this fine particulate. So please, please be careful, have no regrets. I almost died a number of times from all of this horrible, horrible self-infliction of these kind of poisons. And I was able to save myself. I worked hard. My naturopath, Dr. Yim, convinced me that I had the power to do it. And I sought out every natural healing method, all of the mentioned methods, along with different types of mushrooms, turkey tails, lion's mane, oolican grease, and I used yew-wood bark oil as well. And a lot of these things you'll see on my other 3-part heavy metal battle programs that I've got on my site as well. So be strong, respect yourself, love yourself, and take good care.
7 winters in the fog, 7 winters in the dark, a colonial poison burning slow, trying to steal the spark. Heavy metals in the skull, parasites deep inside the bone, the eyesight dimming down to black, standing completely alone. They want wanted the needles, the chemo, the radiation trace. But the sovereign raven knew the trap of that colonial space. The walls crumbled down around me, the house was stripped away, left for dead in the quiet cold, but I refused to